Pelkey here. There's one thing I've learned is that an assignment can end, but that doesn't mean the calling ends. That's a statement that I have in my book, Still Here, Still Called. And I want to talk about that for a moment. Over the last couple of years, that is a lesson that I've had to learn. That even though difficulties and challenges in life came and my career ended for the most part, and ministry kind of had to take a back burner. I was sick and struggled and had to get strong again. And so I struggled with the idea that, where was the calling and where would I go from here? And so some assignments in my life did come to seemingly an end, but that doesn't mean that God withdrew the calling that was on my life. As a teenager, I recognized that call. In my early 20s, I started to answer that call. And I did that for the remainder of my life until this day today. And so I want to get on here today and just maybe encourage you. If you're in a season of life that has been challenging, whether it's your health, whether it's a pastorate or an evangelist maybe coming off the field, that assignment might come to an end, but the calling doesn't. Maybe you're in that place of life or in that age of life where you're at retirement. And I think sometimes people wrestle with that. Some are happy at first, but then they run into the same thing that I ran into is, what do I do now? What's next? It feels like everything ended. The last message I preached at the church that I pastored for 16 years, it was pages turn. And I found that to be so true. Pages do turn. But there's always a story that's on the next page. The book doesn't close. The book is still open. Pages are still turning. Seasons come and go. And we can continue on. So if I could place an encouragement in your mind today, even though your assignment ended, the calling of God is still there. And I think that if you decide to look at the book, Still Here, Still Called, would give you that encouragement. Maybe answers some of your questions that I had, things I lived through. God has been good and God has brought me to where I am today. And I pray that you find some encouragement in knowing that there is hope for tomorrow, because you're still here and still called.